Greetings, this is Trina Riametra, half elven YouTuber. And I come to you once again with a critical role reaction. Tonight's episode is Campaign 3, Episode 30. We're up to 30 now, and why don't pod just pop up? 30. Yeah. Before we go any further, I should just point out that I do not own, nor am I associated with Critical Role, its YouTube or Twitch channels, or any other online presence. I'm just a fan. There was so much lore that I'll let them decide. Anyway, Dusk aka you. I'll probably just call it Dusk on grounds that you is just too freaking confusing. After we realized a assassin, they came to an uneasy truce where she would where she would agree to hold off on taking the whatever crown or whatever it was called and the Cowley heads back to the Unseelie Court and try to forestall anyone else from going for 1 month while they could push a project to figure out what the heck is going on. Excuse me. You might see me. Okay. They must. Anyway, I'll let them do the proper recap. Oh, am I? Yeah, tonight's episode, Critical Role. And whatever hell we had get from Sam's ads.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons.
The ring is back.
Before we jump into our session tonight, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with the first element of our sponsors tonight, which is Cash App. Sam.
Welcome back to the Finger Championship Games, brought to you by Cash App. The easiest way to send, spend, and save money, the #1 finance app in the App Store, helping you invest in stocks with as little as $1 and connect your direct deposit and get paid 2 days earlier. I'm the unfortunately named Vince McSam. And today, Liam, a.k.a. Flick Flair, is gonna fight for my honor against Marisha, a.k.a. the Finger Blaster.
That's right. Flick Flair is every woman's dream. And every finger's nightmare. She ain't got a chance against these knucks.
Oh, yeah?
Creepy.
Well, this hand is like the Highlander, because there can only be one.
Get ready for the worst manicure of your life, Blaster.
When I'm done with you, you won't even have fingerprints, Dick Flick.
It's Flick. Flick.
Okay, save it for the ring. Remember, the winner will receive twice the prize money delivered to them with the convenience of Cash App. Available in the App Store or Google
I'm still
Play.
going for Marisha.
Plus, when you sign up, use code CritRoll for $15, and $10 will go to our very own Critical Role Foundation.
What is this
But
voice?
best prize is gonna be taking you down, McSam.
Oh.
I'm gonna take that $15 you owe me and buy you a cheap-ass foam tombstone.
Okay. We'll see. Are you ready, wrestlers? Get in the ring. It'll take a while.
There we go.
Let's get prepared to thumble!
Come on.
Nice cuticle crush from Flick Flair. One, two. Oh, but Marisha breaks free. She delivers a glove ripper.
In the wire.
A furious nail biter. Oh, those are finger guns. Yep.
Regulation.
Flick Flair is not looking good. That's a pin. One, two. Palm Pilot!
What?
That's a net.
Oh,
That's a net.
what? That's illegal. Palm Pilot?
Why don't you call the ref?
What?
Yep. Seems like fair play to me.
But that's my second nemesis, the Digital Dominator.
Sorry, Marisha. First rule of finger wrestling: expect the unexpected.
Kick out! 2, 3, it's over! What a match.
That's it. Vince, next time I'm gonna destroy you.
Really? You and what army?
Maybe it's time for you to meet the gorgeous Lady Fingers!
Oh my god. Both of them.
Is that pubic hair?
They're all natural.
Why do you have to say that?
Do not finger shame.
Do their fingers have heads and we've just been bald this whole time?
Yeah. Why do you have to say it by
Don't
like that?
read that much into it. I'm gonna get you, Miss McSam.
Okay, we'll find out what happens next time. Stay tuned for that battle. Next time Cash App sponsors the show. Matt, back to you.
What is happening?
Left in Albuquerque.
Good
match.
Cash App.
Good match, guys. Good match.
Match.
Indulging
Really
this
knocks
chaos.
it out of the park.
This episode is also sponsored by the release of the acclaimed RPG Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent on iOS and Android devices. Enjoy high-quality HD, 2D pixel graphics, engaging combat, and storytelling akin to the console experience optimized for your mobile device. Choose your own adventure with 3 different storylines to start with: wealth, power, and fame. Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent is free to download and free to play on iOS and Android devices now at bit.ly/CR Octopath. Laura, you got some announcements.
I do. We've got Clue.
Oh yeah. Hopefully this is.
I have it at my house, but nobody told me tonight we were doing it. What, you mean it's right
I
here?
should. I'll go over
Here
to that.
it is.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Guys, it's real.
No, but seriously, this is such a beautiful game.
Oh man, I have to touch it.
Yeah, I was right in front of me.
Is it hovering?
No, it's sitting on the table, so you can still see me. Featuring box art by Jolene Garcia. It's available now from our U.S. shop or from your friendly local game store. It's available now?
I'm so excited.
Oh my God, what a... Oh my God.
We have to play together.
We do have a game night.
Yes.
I can't play Clue.
I can't.
Stay tuned for its arrival in our Canada shop. It's coming soon, you guys. I got other stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Moving on.
First of all, no, but seriously,
Come on.
I'm gonna move it so that you can.
Yeah, I don't want to spill coffee.
Yep.
Uh-oh. You put it down on a cat who screamed.
A Bell's House T-shirt.
Oh.
Put it on my body.
Designed by Brian Weiss, who also did our Vox Machina and our Mighty Nine shirts.
Wow.
Check it out.
Yay.
3 for 3.
Da-da-da-da.
Look at the moons.
Next up, yeah, there's details. Go check it out on the store. Second up is this RM T-shirt. By
It's real
Stan
pretty.
Bear.
Beautiful.
That's
It's so
awesome.
beautiful. It's subtle. You got the sword and the shield with all these beautiful plants and a little moon action happening.
Made with love.
Oh, I love that.
Did I say it was by Savannah Mayer? Because it is. And also, we have these ankle socks
Whoa! I only wear ankle
by
socks.
Grace Barrios, and they're so cute and they're so comfy. and they're so fun. You can wear them while you're working out, while you're lounging around your house.
Yes.
While you're working.
Everybody. Sure.
Hell yeah.
The end.
Thank you.
Gets better every time. Really good, Laura.
Pretty solid.
It's part of our.
There's more?
Oh,
I thought you said the end.
No, I did say the end. It's part of our Exandria collection. Go check it out. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Still processing that we have Clue as a kid who.
my
No, but slightly. I seriously think we should
So
have
much.
a fun.
Yeah? Yes, we
We
should.
should.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, y'all.
Wait, how many players can you have?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm really sorry. No, we could have all of it.
Is it-
Yeah, but then what about Matt?
Fuck that guy.
That's how you start a session.
I'll see y'all later.
Oh, God. All right, we'll figure it out.
Oh, no.
Okay, I think we're good. So, that being the case, I believe that concludes our announcements. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. Two by two we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll. How do you want to do this? It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time
to continue our fight. There is magic in this. What will happen? Be mine.
But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances.
Hold your breath and
roll. It's Thursday night. All you critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back.
Very thematic.
Last we left off, Bell's Hells trekked to the city of Bassaris in the Hellcatch Valley in search of Armand Treshy, who had escaped Drusar as a fugitive, and you were sent by Lord Eshtaros to go retrieve him to bring him to justice. While there, you made a friend named Dusk, who had a weird tangential history to Fern's family, and along with you, they traveled, and you met Birdie Calloway, upon which realizing that this individual Dusk was not who they assumed, was actually an unseelie assassin sent to wipe out the Calloway bloodline and retrieve something that your parents had stolen from the unseelie. After some tense conversation and some uncertainty of who to trust, you made a deal with the individual known as you, who was the actual individual behind Dusk, that in 30 or so days they would return, in which the crown that would no longer be necessary for what seems to be the coming apogee solstice could be returned to the unseelie, and you would be left unharmed. Now, after this arrangement had been made and they were let to leave, some quick catching up was had between you and your mother, while the rest of you took the rest of the day to gather your things and prepare for the following day's journey, in which Birdie Calloway was going to lead you to the hideout, where she and Fern's father currently reside and are building something with their seemingly long-term ally, Ira Wendigoth, Nightmare King.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy.
So, you gathered your single, now repaired skirmish crawler. You after briefly leaving and forgetting, and then returning for
Oh, that's right.
your delightful new friend and ally, Hodir, you made your way out of the city to the east, tearing across the open badlands that is the Hellcatch, following her and her crawler towards this location. So, you pick up as you begin, just careening over this tattered, dry land before you. Dust and rock being thrown up behind you. The clattering sound of the large metal legs behind your crawler, just running at an incredible speed. The faint, dull purple glow of its underneath arcane engine, just kind of dotting the landscape beneath you with this bright blue light. Now, we had an arrangement of a few of you gathered, but for now, we'll go ahead and continue to push forward. As you follow past outside of the city to the east, you recall that part of the race that you recently were part of, the Death Wish Run, dove into a ravine. And about 30 or 40 minutes out of the city, the edge of that ravine begins to come around. And you recall when you were arriving towards the city of Bassaris that it was sitting at the top of a wide mesa in which a majority of the ravine itself carved around. And from a distance, it looks like you are quickly coming upon a cliff edge. But as you...
Birdie seems to know where she's going.
Birdie's still careening.
Okay.
Like straight forward?
Yeah, straight towards the cliff.
And I still need to meet up with
what are we doing?
with the Paragon's Call.
Oh, don't worry. There's bridges around here.
But I don't see one where you're going at a very fast speed.
She looks over her shoulder, taking her eyes off the road for a second, and goggles still on her face. Do you trust me?
I don't know.
Good, yeah.
Okay.
And just like picks up the pace, legs now, digging it even harder as those of you are falling behind, more dirt and clods being thrown up. You can see the rough elements of scattered brush and dry plant life that calls the area home are being knocked and pulled out of the ground, roots flying as the crawler itself begins to push harder and harder forward as you come towards the edge where you can see a lot of the cliffside brush kind of setting up and decorating the edge. You can see large rocky pillars and what looks to be the beginning of an intense, wide caravan bridge that is only visible right as you get to the edge of the cliff. Glancing down, you can see it's about 20 feet wide and has long slats of thick, hard, sun-dried and sun-bleached wood that has been reinforced with elements of iron and chain. And as soon as you hit it,
level 7?
there's a heavy clattering sound, and you watch as the impact causes the bridge ahead to just ripple with
357.
the sudden addition of your two-part caravan
We'll see how
onto
much
the
we
space.
break, but I
And
might
it droops
do
down
another,
over the
like, just to
ravine
get
like
all
a
done.
long-drawn cloth as you begin to kind of head downward at an odd angle towards this bridge, which you can see just seems to almost infinitely curl up into the opposite side of the ravine where it seems to attach on the opposite
I throw
end.
up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, those ripples, they come back too.
I start getting a little.
Which, as,
I'm glad I'm on another car. We're dragging behind Ashton's, right?
correct, yeah. It's Lawton and you are on
In
Ashton's.
a wagon of some sort.
And behind you, holding, is the little goblin Hondo, who's just like clutching one of the pieces of metal with his eyes closed, going. But as you continue downward, Birdie kind of goes, "Hey, Bird, look over the edge," and kind of pulls up to the side of the bridge, maybe getting about 2 feet from the end point. And there is like a bit of a guardrail, but you can see there's a bunch of scrape marks. You can see parts of it are busted inward, where some people you can see just careened off the edge for some reason in the past and never got repaired. But as you look over, it is a multi-100-foot drop into this beautiful, tight gorge that down below in this space, you can see there's like a tiny little river winding through that you didn't notice in the middle of the dust storm on this side of the ravine while you were going through. Oh, actually, you didn't notice at all because you weren't part of the race. Not part of the race, at least. But looking down, you can see a lot of the monsoon rains, for as long as they last, tend to drain down into these ravines. And there's like specks of green and little elements of growth beyond just the scrub brush that encompasses the majority of the valley. And it's like these beautiful little dots of oasis that kind of go through and behind. And you can see hundreds of various desert birds that are perched up in layers and layers of heavy nests that are kind of dotting the rising wall of the far side of the ravine, the cliff sides and such. And then down below you can see dust being caught up by what looks like other creatures that are kind of running in a pack through the base of the ravine. It's this beautiful little snapshot of nature, unexpected amongst the rough and tumble experiences you've had so far in the Hellcatch. But as you kind of glance over, Birdie kind of looks over her shoulder again at you and says, see, there's beauty to be found in most unlikely of places.
I can see that. This is lovely.
She's kind of just looking at you and smiling over her shoulder as the opposite side of the bridge begins to woof, come back from the impact. Oh, no. And then it hits and you like leave the bridge for a second. She quickly like, oh shit, turns around and grabs it.
Do the legs automatically do like a ski jump pose when they hit air?
Yeah, they do. They fall like... They gleam the fuck out of that cube.
Or I'm riding F.C.G. Just sort of kicks his wheel up to the side.
London just goes, oh, my tailbone! Ah!
Under goes for some Christ air points. Impacting, and the bridge kind of shakes back and forth a bit. The wind is not terribly strong at the moment, but it is, the bridge does shift naturally on its own and kind of creak a bit. But now with this heavy movement through here, it's starting to like clatter and shift a little bit from the impact. And at certain points, you start to really kind of get a sense of hoping that it's pretty sturdy. You do see one, what looks like on the opposite side, another singular skirmish crawler is now kind of careening down on the opposite side and heading in your direction.
Oh. One shared lane?
It's about 20 feet, so you can
Yeah, bye.
pass.
Cool. High speed.
Are we destroying this one?
I'm going to keep steering into the corner of wherever they're coming from just to make it awkward.
You're just going to challenge him the whole way?
Little chicken.
Play chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for long.
Well, but Birdie kind of pulls off to the right side to leave space, and as they kind of move over to makeshift, they see you there, and they start trying to find, maybe to try and squeeze between the two.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And they immediately, as they arrive to where your space is, the opposite directions you guys are traveling at as high speed as you can go based on the number of people on each of your crawlers. This is not maximum speed, but they are tearing ass. And within just a second, they're right past you. The legs just tearing past.
Can we see what they look like? Yeah.
Make a perception check.
I'm in on this.
Yes.
A group perception check.
Group perception check? Okay.
Sure, why not?
Check. Yeah, bitch. 10.
Okay.
24.
18.
20.
22.
Whoa.
15.
6.
Okay. Pretty decent spectrum there. The person drives by, and the flash you get of them, first off, the crawler is pretty well outfitted. You could see it's not as heavily armored as yours, but it looks like it definitely has seen some use. And where it doesn't have armor, it definitely has a lot more jagged, don't touch me elements added to it. A lot of like spears and spikes and elements where you gather most folks will try to avoid it or be impaled on it. The driver, you can see heavy goggles on. It looks to be a dark brown, like a shawl and a cloak that's pulled over the front of their face. Who rolled a 24?
I did.
You did. What you do catch is from where it's kind of like flapping from their face and pulling aside, there are these red streaks right there. Their skin looks like it's deeply sand, possibly sun-scarred, like my forehead, a little darker. But it has...
What happened?
Since our honeymoon, it never quite went away.
Your personal thing.
I don't know why I said it, but it did.
Let me just toss this out here.
I don't know why I said that.
You
guys wear it the
quite a lot.
I do.
Let's all just go around and say one weird thing about themselves.
Our bodies.
Yeah, I have butt problems.
One nipple is higher than the other.
I'm fascinated with my pores.
Really warm in the back of my neck suddenly.
Sun's go.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, sorry. Like red streaks down the cheeks there.
That look painted on, or like they've been crying blood, or
Too fast to see.
Okay.
But you do clock that there are some people in Bassaris that you've seen with one or both of those as well. And you've had, actually, you grew up in Bassaris. You know that You would know that to be the mark of the.
I hope I didn't miss anything.
Fist of the Ruiner.
Often members of that particular faction in Bassaris will get bloody, like long, dragging tear marks under one or both eyes.
Got it. And that's a sign of like high ranking. Okay. Like they get one, then they get the other.
Correct. Cool. So.
Orm, that was a marking of Fist of the Ruiner.
What are you saying?
I'll tell you when we stop.
You tear up the now slow incline of the opposite side of the bridge, coming towards the edge, and now you can see the direction you're traveling. There is another, much smaller kind of mesa peak to the one that holds Bassaris. This one kind of has a weird, kind of kidney shape almost. And it's about maybe a quarter of the size, if not smaller, than the one that holds the city. And the ravine wraps entirely around it into the continuation of the gorge to the opposite side and southward as well. But as you get, Fern, as you're getting closer to that edge, Birdie kind of shouts over his shoulder.
I can move my car.
This up ahead's where our hideaway is. So we're not too terribly far, maybe an hour and a half out most.
Okay. Well, we're only about an hour and a half at most.
Okay.
Coming up to the other side of this bridge, tearing up to the very edge where you can see these.
There'll be like
what looks like rock previously. It looks like maybe elements of rock have been placed around it. There are massive metal bolts that are driven into the side of this to hold and keep the bridge itself mounted on the side of this massive mesa. As you're hitting the crest of it, you, Oren, pick up that on the mesa that you are approaching, the kind of the top flat plateau that is lifted above the ravine. There are a number of like hills and rocks, but you see on one to the right would be the south side of this. You see what looks to be a humanoid figure standing at the top.
I might be also having this weekend.
Vanishes beneath the rock.
Like anything we've ever seen before? Anyone or too far?
A few videos.
Way too far.
So,
looks like
on me designing a come out with a costume for Poc-O.
It's about this time, Orm, you also notice, because you have the world's highest fucking passive perception.
Strap in, it's only going higher.
Yeah, that's true. You kind of notice this, you kind of glance back, still clutching onto F.C.G, and you see what looks to be a weird, like, wisp of smoke that's, like, vanishing in the direction from where you came from, high up in the air.
So, smoke trailing from the city, does it look about, or just
it's not trailing.
behind?
It's like a little, like a cloud of, like, kind of a dark smoke that just kind of, like, is just dissolving and vanishing.
Flare. Okay, I will try to go look all around as possible. Do I see anyone in any other direction?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, no. Not gonna be good as that passive. 2 12s for a 18.
18. Glancing around, you can see kind of where that cloud was, and there's a faint trail from below, and you're like, this is some sort of a flare or a marker or something. Just by the way that it's suddenly burst and has been fading, it very much gives you that sense. Okay. At which point, as you're heading over the top of the hill,
before we get to, I will call out to the group and say, guys, there's folks around or something. Look lively.
Okay. As you're hitting up the edge of the bridge to hit the actual stone floor of the beginning of this mesa, there is a of dust, like a bunch of earth has suddenly moved. Because Birdie and Fern are at the front, and they are currently with you at back with your vision, kind of catching all this is all happening like really rapidly. You notice it split second before you hit. There's some sort of a mechanical apparatus or a wire-raised apparatus, like a metal grating or a net or some sort of a sudden trap-like fence line just shoots up out of the ground that pretty much covers the lengthway of the width of the bridge about 40 feet beyond the entry point where you guys are now landing on the mesa. It would be the drivers of both, which would be Birdie Calloway and you, to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. She gets advantage because you were you noticed it on your high perception.
I get advantage because it's a dex save I can see.
That's true, because you're a barbarian. That's correct. So,
Did we do anything that would have caused a bunch of spells to be used before we left?
Didn't we?
This was
the day that we fought Dusk.
Yeah, we had the confrontation with Dusk.
20.
20, nice. You know what?
No problem.
Roll out here for this. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. All right, so both vehicles end up pulling up, kind of like, as opposed to trying to tear off to the side. There's not enough room to turn. Both of the drivers instinctually just gun it even harder, leaning into it to carry that lip off the bridge to try and lift over.
Oh.
Just kind of pushing as hard as they can, the legs kicking off at like a ramp. Still hitting the tops of these things and breaking them, getting caught up a little bit, dealing a little bit of damage. Both of the machines.
I'm gonna telekinetic shove Laudna down onto the trailer to keep her from flying out of it.
Okay, good call. Good call.
I am the weight of an acorn, so yes.
And Orm's gonna gust underneath F.C.G. to lift as much as he can.
Nice.
Okay, cool, good call. The both crawlers take what would be 14 points of piercing damage. It is halved because they take half that anyway, and then halved again because of the successful saves.
Ooh, nice.
So 3 points of bludgeoning damage to both the crawlers.
Who's got the crawler stats? Oh, I guess
I got mine.
you have one.
I have one. I have birdies, and you guys should have the one for the other. There we go.
No.
So, a hard landing, impacting into the dirt. Both vehicles kind of spin and wind a bit. And as you begin to kind of catch yourself, you see that area where that one figure stood up. You can see there's like two large kind of rocky embankments that kind of await that space. There are some dead trees and some like scrub around. But as you tear into this space directly after landing, a shadow begins to emerge from around one of these rocks. You watch as from around the edge, a large metallic automaton-like war machine curls around the corner with 3 tripod-like legs.
Oh, one of the big ones? One of the big ones?
Red flags adorn on its back, kind of flowing behind it. You can see what looks to be at quick glance 3, maybe 4 figures on it across the center of it, and one on top.
Does it look like the same one Odohan was riding on?
Well, there was the mammoth one, which is the much larger one that's more of like the people mover. This one looks a little bit smaller, more compact. It's maybe about, I'll say, 18 to 20 feet tall.
Good God.
And about 15 feet wide, side to side.
Good God.
That's the smaller one. At a quick glance, you can see there are a number of mounted rifles of different sizes along the center platform. And on the top, one massive, muscular half-giant sits there holding the back of what looks to be a column of multiple rifles just attached and affixed in multiple layers. You saw something like this at the front of Imahara Joe's shop that stared you down for a moment before you entered. But this one is manned, mounted, and you can see what looks to be well over 24 different types of barrels with multiple inputs for black powder caps at the ready. And as it kind of whips around to both of you, and as it stands there, blocking where you're currently standing, what do you do?
I yell out. I believe it's Gajakandas. Is the pronunciation of this group? I assume.
Well, you haven't seen what this group is yet.
Okay, well I just saw that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pull hard to the left and see what happens and not slow down yet. Just veer off a little bit.
Veer off to the left?
Yep.
Okay. So as you begin to coast around to the left-hand side, the... Okay. So what happens is immediately a voice shouts out and rings and says, "Halt! Stop or die!"
What are you all doing? What's Mom doing?
Those are very limited options.
Birdie's kind of like turning a bit to the left and kind of like not expecting this to arrive and kind of.
Yeah, we should stop. I mean, we can just talk.
She kind of looks back at you like, "Do I go?"
I think we should stop. I think we should stop.
I can go. I can.
No. I think we should stop.
And she like, you careen her on the
Very large
side.
guns.
Birdie begins to slow like.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I like try and pull the? Well, I guess the legs don't skid. I can't drift with legs.
You can do it. Sure.
So I'm gonna try and like skip and like just pull. Like now that I've seen they're slowing down, I'm gonna try and pull around. All right.
Okay.
So joining, since you all
as you go around like the left hand side, kind of heading into the area right next to where this massive thing is standing, you can see what looks to be two other figures that are up there, rifles fixed on the ready, kind of on their chests, locked onto your position. Okay, you come to a stop.
Oh yeah, I'm right next to them.
Okay,
hold it.
So one of the legs kind of curls up, and the other one just kind of stays down. And it does drift a little.
It does drift a little.
Are we?
What do we do?
Are me and Orem propelled by momentum to?
I will have both of you.
Water skiing.
Yeah, and what about that trailer?
Both of you roll strength saving throws for me.
That's no joke.
What about the trailer in the back? What does that do?
Figure that out.
Strength save of 4.
17.
Okay, so you hold on to F.C.G, which is great. You, however, do not hold on, so you go with him. As the immediate turn of Birdie slowing down, you get kind of flung upward and release the back of the vehicle that you've been holding on to. Both of you kind of tumble in the air, and...
Feather fall or anything, so that's it.
I do. Featherfall.
Okay, so no damage sustained. As rapidly... Well, you pulled up a side...
It did look bad enough like they were going to eat shit, I'm
I mean,
assuming.
they're about to eat shit, yeah.
Yeah,
And you know what? Because you pulled ahead and the momentum carried them forward, then yeah, they would have been in range. So you go ahead and reach out and quickly, just instinctively cast Featherfall, and both you... And just come to rest there in that space.
Trying to make it look cool.
All right.
We're doing this? We're doing this?
Wow, we're just having a conversation.
Just talking,
Just them stealing their shit.
Yeah, good idea.
At this point, the massive ruin crawler kind of turns, and you can see, like, there are these 3 large, somewhat janky-looking legs made from multiple types of metal, but they still move with a uniquely dangerous speed at times. Like, they look blocky, and then when it needs to react, they move very quickly and stop and hold with a heavy creaking sound when they do. Up top, you can see the secondary platform kind of like shifts, and you can see all manner of heavy metal plates that rise up to defend and protect like a wall of armor to those who are inside, and they're all kind of holding on these different mounted carbines and pistols that sit on the side.
He's shorter, but Orem steps out in front of FCG, shield up.
Okay.
How many bodies can we see just as we've come to a stop and they turn and point their uglies at us?
At this point, you can see 6.
6 people? Okay.
There's a brief pause as the wind kind of blows through a bit of dust, kind of pushing across the intersection where you currently stand.
How far are we from them?
Well, you guys are probably about 20 or so feet from it, based on where you landed and put this up. So you're kind of looking up at it right now. And you're a little bit off to the side of it, while Fern, Birdie, and that would be... Yeah, Fern, Birdie, and you would be kind of about 20 feet behind them, kind of stopped in advance. During this pause, one of the figures kind of stands up and puts up a large metallic hand cone that he holds over the front of his face. You see this look be like a middle-aged man, receding hairline, cut short, kind of a silver gray coloration with a little bit of salt and pepper in it. Face covered with some sort of a cloth mask, but similar kind of red streaks down the front of its face. He looks armored, and he currently has one arm resting over one of the mounted carbines. He leans forward and shouts, "You have been marked by his eye, and must pay tribute. Leave your belongings among the stone and rock. He's scarred, and leave in peace."
Leave our belongings amongst the rock. And what?
Then leave in peace.
Oh, leave in...
Across the bridge that we just came...
Back where you came from, yes.
Oh.
What if we need to go forward, though?
Is there like a toll we can pay?
leans back and like talks to the other guys. And there's one guy up there who's like wearing this kind of furred cloak who kind of talks to them for a bit and kind of shakes his head.
Leave your things and then you can continue.
Who says who?
Says us.
I don't even know you.
I think they're the Fists of the Ruiner.
Oh.
Which is a faction.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Should I?
But hey, has your mom? Is there a tithe? What do we do?
Birdie.
Where's it? Well, you know.
Is this normal?
No, this isn't normal at all. I mean, you got to look out for these guys, and I've had a couple of run-ins where I just kind of either talked my way out or just kept going as fast as I could until they disappeared. But I had a lot less people on my back and traveling not as quickly as I normally would. So I don't know.
We don't have a lot of belongings here. Just like a backpack full of stuff. Do you just want our backpack?
It's like another pause. The guy at the top, you see him like kind of like flex his arms and hold on to the back of this machine.
You may leave your backpacks on the ground, your weapons, any money you have, and your automatons.
Is this the arrangement you have with the Paragon's Call? It seems rather unfriendly.
There is no arrangements beyond the city.
Well, it's just saying you probably wouldn't want to attract the ire of the Paragon's Call, right?
I'm just gonna pick up the backpack from the car that we have, from the crawler that we have, and go set it down by the leg of the ruin crawler.
Okay.
We also have some coupons.
There's some platinum in there. I don't know, but we're keeping our weapons and our crawlers. We've got to go. I mean, like, if you really want to have a conversation, send a few fists down here. We'll have it. We'll talk about it. But this is what we got.
I back up, back towards the crawler.
A loud
The crawlers
whistle.
are how far away?
From where you are right now?
From the ruiner, from the ruin crawler.
Oh, about 30 or so feet.
Okay.
Or more, depending on. I mean, Birdie stopped first. But there's a loud whistle, and you see two more figures kind of step out from behind where you were that were hiding amongst kind of the brush and the trees.
Down on the ground level, yeah.
Ground level, yeah. And they have their kind of rifles kind of situated up against their... One of them has like a pistol, and it's kind of just holding it out. Like they don't really know how to hold it properly, and they're like too squared and awkward and bent. All wearing various bits of masks and cloth to hide their faces, and the leader is...
You are right, you do not know who I am. But I will change that. For you will, after this day, tell everyone you meet that you met the ire of Maricris. Maricris.
Just side note, where is Maricris? Where is he in relation to the backpack I just set down?
He's kind of on the front of the center part of the platform of this large automaton.
Okay.
So he's kind of like leaning in the front by where the metallic guard wall is.
Okay, I'm gonna use my mage hand to set the timer off and blow up the bomb.
How much time?
Is it close enough to it to do it?
I set it on next to the leg of the ruin crawler.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh,
how much time are you putting on there?
Can it be instant?
Like instant, because we're far enough away.
Okay.
Well, we're 20 feet away.
This is actually the...
No, Orem and F.C.G. are 20
All right, then.
Feet closer than you.
Then in your
feet
heads,
away from
before I do this, you hear, back up a little, and then I set it off.
Okay. Okay. So.
Oh boy.
The two of you, I assume, back up?
We're gonna just scoot back a little, yeah?
Leave your things. Place them here. Pay homage and greatness to the ruiner.
Yeah, sounds good. I just hop off the crawler.
Great. Now, the rest of you, if you would...
There is like a momentary flash of light before the sound hits you. This massive explosion that suddenly rocks the ground beneath it. You see stone go flying in all directions for a brief second. Especially, all of you at this proximity, your ears immediately ring, and I do need the two of you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, because while you're not in the immediate explosion, there is shrapnel, or at least rock thrown up by this explosion. 18. You manage to kind of like pull away from the bulk of it and only take 3 points of piercing damage. You take 6.
Should we run?
But as you all kind of like step back a bit, the smoke that surrounds it sits there, and you see the front leg of the tripod is fucked up. It's still like holding itself there, but it's like, and you can see one of the blue metallic energy, like arcane energy devices that's affixed to it is like partially dislodged and kind of like roughly hanging, and the front of it is just covered in dark black soot and stone. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and, because it did with that proximity, I'm gonna roll for everyone on the machine. So
thank you for getting rid of that thing. I was very excited. When you grabbed it, I'm like, oh, thank God, this is good.
All right, so that's a failure on him. Go ahead and roll damage for me on that. That's going to be 6d6 damage.
All right. And just so we know, in case
Sorry, 8d6. You guys bought a large bomb, and this is not immediate proximity. This is like them about 15 feet away, partially guarded.
In case our next move after this is to run, are they blocking the entire span of how we would flee?
Let me show you. Since we have now engaged in an aggressive point, we can figure out what that spatial awareness is here in just a moment. But go ahead and roll damage.
Come on.
Show
me
me
4s, 5s, and 6s.
There's 5s. 15, 19, 20, 23, 26. 26.
26, okay.
Good. No, that's good.
That's good.
That busted the leg. For sure.
All right, so that is... So the leg's like kind of dinged up a little bit and put in. We're not certain as to how close it is to collapse or if it can still shift or move. We'll find out. The rest of them is 26 there. No, good for him.
That's doing math.
I know. All right, let me show you where we're at.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. I'm going to say something. I don't know which one I'm supposed to say. Unlock all 4 Spelljammer prequel adventures on D&D Beyond?
Okay.
At dndbeyond.link/crspace.
There we go.
Whoa!
Sorry.
No. Look at the snake in the tree.
I think I was supposed to do the other one. Our Battle Camp sponsorship is back. I'll get to it later.
So, they stopped back here, and these guys would have moved over to this point here, and this point here with their rifles out.
Oh shit.
We are.
You both are back here, backing away from the explosion, trying to keep your proper distance from where that detonation took place. You pulled off to this side and stopped kind of in that space at that moment.
And the cliff edge is behind us, right?
Correct, about 40 feet.
It's got a real gun on it. Like a real gun.
Oh man.
Pretty sure it's plastic, but yeah.
So this is the space of which you currently stand, and
anything we should be aware of that's off map right now, or is this pretty much the?
This is pretty much what you can see. Okay. Oh, and there's the 2 other gun carriers that are up there right now.
Did you finish your math on that explosion, by the way?
Yes.
As soon as Orem shakes off getting hit by shrapnel and brushes it off, he starts sprinting towards the vehicle.
Ditto.
Towards the vehicle?
Towards the vehicle?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which one?
We're surrounded.
Yep.
Towards the crawler.
Well, let's go ahead and roll initiative now, since you've detonated a bomb, and the point of conversation is now over.
I thought we were running.
I thought we disabled it. We were going to drive around it.
That's what that. I mean, you guys, you don't know what you've done to it, and you can still take that tactic if you like. We're just in initiative order now because you've definitely made an aggressive maneuver on them.
Oh boy.
25 to 20.
Natural 20 for 25.
No, ignore that. I just. Thanks, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
20 to 15.
17.
Okay.
16.
Great. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. I like how the backpack on the back of this
15 to 10.
crawler
15.
11.
looks like a little diaper. 10 over here.
Oh my god. Or like those like horse poop beds.
Oh, wait, you both
Dexterity?
rolled 10? I rolled 11. Oh, okay. All right.
14.
14? Okay, yeah, so you'll go.
Well, I'm kind of excited that we
10.
got all these.
I know, me too. I read that.
Actually, he was actually on this one.
He can teleport!
Exactly.
Wow,
Oh my god. All right, and you out which one?
11.
11. Okay.
And then Lana was 10.
Oh, so
F.C.G.
you guys
was
get
10.
to.
Technically 7.
You're 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was Fern,
where-
F.C.G.
Aren't we pulling a cart behind one of these things?
Yeah, there was a cart behind the Ashton one.
The Ashton.
The Ashton one had the cart.
Wait, no, that can't be because
Yeah.
we were also behind the Ashton one.
No, you were behind the
you guys were
Fern
in the
one.
birdies.
Oh, okay.
All right, so were you guys in the cart then?
Yes, me and Ladna and Handir?
Hondir?
Hondir was,
Hondir was on the back of the vehicle.
Oh, got it. Okay, and then we were on
Save
the.
that there just to kind of give you the idea.
That's fine because I went and put the backpack there anyway, so I would have been standing outside of it.
Yeah, that's true. You would be over in this space.
Yeah.
There, probably after doing that. Okay.
Man, we're gonna get shot with guns.
So it's top of the round. Orem, it's your turn. The first thing you hear is a voice go, "What the fuck was that?" You're up.
Orem plunges into the smoke of the explosion, and I'll use my movement and probably my action to run up to the base of it, leap. So use 30 to get right at the base, and then use his boots to spring twice, or 3 times if necessary, to parkour all the way up to the top level. Movement and action.
All the way to the top?
Yeah.
Okay. I can get right
Oh my gosh.
there. Put you right about there.
Action surge. I'm gonna trip this motherfucker.
Okay.
Boing, boing, boing.
That is 19 to hit.
19 to hit, definitely hits.
Okay, so he has
Only
to
got a breastplate.
beat a strength save of 16.
16. He rolled a natural 16 with higher than that. He's a strong motherfucker.
Sure,
so you
sure,
go
sure.
ahead and like hit him. He's like, kind of gives you a growl, and he's like clutching the back of this device.
So that's not much damage. It's a total of 10, and then I swipe again and try to drive the blade right through his calf.
Okay.
That's a hit for the same. That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Has to beat a 16.
That's cocked. That's going to be actually a 17. Total.
18. Okay, so 8. That's second slash.
All right, got it.
There I am.
Yeah, so you strike him again. He's like, ugh, pulls his leg up and starts to try and kick you off the side, just kind of like pushing you at bay. 'Cause there's only really room for one person.
Can't have
That
her
was a good
stuff, man. That's the end of the turn.
Okay, finishing Orm's go. It's now his turn.
Yeah, let's see what you got, potato
What's his
gun.
name? Ire? No.
You will know the ire of.
Maricris.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
So, oh my god.
We ruin everyone.
Just want to try Kashiria. Oh, no, sorry. Kashatria. In person, whips it around and is going to try and first is going to spin it to try and hit you with it.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
Danger's working on the wall.
That's going to be a 20 to hit.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Don't take too much on that. It's just 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
But I do need you to make a strength saving throw.
What is he?
Pretty good for me, 19.
19, okay. You hold on. Like, he swings it around, and you gotta get the hit, but you just grab onto the side and get back up as he kind of, like, moves around again, and it's just gonna start... And you see him, like, pull back on these two, like, string portions of it and yank the chains out. As it does, 3 of them begin going off. And you're up close in person, you can see there's, like, hundreds of these caps, of these various points of black powder little packets that are jammed into different parts of these dozens and dozens of long metal oblong pipes of different sizes and widths and lengths. And as it begins to go, they're slowly spinning like and going, and smoke going off the side. And he's like having to hold on to this as it's going.
Hey, Matt?
Yeah?
This is the same day we battled Use.
Yes.
you got to remove the damage to the giant.
It's not the same day. You guys rested afterward.
Did we?
We did?
No, we fought dusk this morning, didn't
No,
we?
that's right. You're right. You
Yeah.
did not.
So I did no damage. I made it up to the top, and that's it.
Okay.
Oh, because you don't have
Because I
action
used my
surges.
action surge in the morning.
So you struck twice, and then both of them hit the armor on the side of the leg. Still swings it around, comes back, and is going to go ahead and now unleash 3 shots of the. Shot 3 of special. All right. So these. It's going to shoot 1 shot at Laudna, 1 shot at Imogen, and 1 shot at F.C.G. Just kind of poof, poof, poof across the way there. Because you are more than 20 feet from it, both shots are at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be 15.
Nope.
And it just manages to streak off the arcane bit of body armor that you've just recently put on yourself. The one against you, Laudna, that's going to be 13.
13's my AC.
13 manages to still hit you. All right, so one of the shots, even as wild as he's arcing it past, it does still manage to strike you in the shoulder, and it hurts like a mother. This will put you at...
This is pretty crazy. Huh?
10 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And then F.C.G, that is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, sure.
You take 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh. I'll take it.
And he's just like holding on slowly, and you can watch as each blast hits, the whole thing's like rocking back. The whole top of the vehicle is like being moved with the impact, and he's like his muscles are bulging, just trying to keep it pressured in that point.
Immediately am in a rage, and as I say the fuck, I throw it back and I do Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
Yes.
Is that a Constitution saving throw or Dexterity?
16 Dex.
16 Dex. That is going to be a 14. That's a failure.
Cool, 13 damage.
To him or the weapon?
To him.
To him,
How does it
since
work?
he's-
I don't
He's
know
the
how
cast.
okay.
He's the bat.
He's the one who's holding it, so it's
Okay.
towards the operator of it. Okay, cool. So he goes ahead and describe to me your hellish rebuke on him after you get struck with a bullet.
I see the like black powder that is exploding around him, and I just take it and I focus in on it, and I send it like directly into his eyes, and just like push like this
and he's like just
burning
coughing.
fuel into his face.
It's almost like the smoke itself became like a face hugger, and it's like onto his face, and he's like coughing angrily. He's still holding the machine. All right, cool. That's gonna finish his. No. He's gonna go ahead and action surge, and he's going to attempt to try and kick you off twice.
Let's get it.
These are both just shove attacks, so it's just your. Actually, with this, because this would be your athletics or acrobatics, I think, to try and.
Okay.
Actually, let me double check.
I'm gonna try to roll under that thing.
Let me try.
Oh, wow, I'm right where I want to be.
Double check. It's been a little bit, and I want to make sure I'm not fucking up rules because I will hear about it forever.
No, man. The internet is forgiving.
Yeah. It was right here with the. So yeah, it is. Yeah, so it's your athletics or acrobatics. Sorry, is what it should be.
Okay. For both? Same for both, or roll for each time?
For each time you roll one, he's going to try and kick you off twice.
Okay, well, that's 25 for the first.
25 the first time. He goes and kicks, and you just duck beneath the gun and then duck under his leg.
Second time is a 15.
The second time for him is going to go ahead and be an 18 total.
That does it.
So you get knocked onto the edge of this and kind of like fold off the edge. Make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can grab the side of it as you fall.
To the edge of this.
Dexterity. That is 14.
14. You catch onto the edge, so you don't plummet from the top. But you are definitely considered prone and on like just dangling off the side. As far as he's concerned, he just full on Leonidas kicked you off the front of that vehicle and is like now back and focusing on the gun. That finishes his go. Imogen, you're up with Ashton on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna step directly in front of the crawler, like
Okay.
in front of F.C.G.
Okay.
Thereabouts. Not quite that far.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to aim, just point my hand straight up to where I'm pointing at him.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes are gonna flare white, hair flies up in the air, and I'm gonna lightning bolt
Shit. Okay.
Straight up through the gun into him.
Through the scope.
Cool.
So you can hit 3 guys and the vehicle all in one go.
Cool.
So it unleashes this torrent, this angry torrent of like white, kind of lavender purple lightning that just streaks upward, blasting out into the sky above.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage on that.
And he does a dexterity save, and this ignites any flammable objects in its path that isn't being worn or carried. So,
Worn or carried, okay.
So anything on the
Like the black
on the
powder
black
charges in the gun?
Yeah.
The hundreds, the tens, the however many that was described.
Now they do have half cover because they're inside, so they do get a bonus to their dexterity saving throws here. But the actually the leader guy does roll a 22 total. He rolled really well.
Okay.
The other guy fails, and the gunner fails.
20, 22, 23.
23.
Nice.
So the leader of them, Marcus, like goes ooh, and ducks down and just kind of like singes the top of his head, and energy's arcing all across the metal. It's conductive material, so now the energy kind of crackles through the midsection where they are. Guy behind him turns and goes, "What?" Gets blasted in the chest. 21 points damage on him. He had already been damaged by the explosion of the bomb earlier, and he just gets completely incinerated. There is a.
I know. Well, I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just trying to.
What are you saying?
I was just trying to ignite the.
What do you mean you were trying to kill him?
His flesh fused with the vehicle.
Nothing about that looks less
He falls,
lethal.
and collapses in the inside. Smoke kind of up. He's like, shit!
You sent 100,000 volts in their direction.
The guy up top takes. The guy up top gets blasted. Who's mounting this machine? Just takes the brunt of it. Like, Orem, you don't see this, but you see a little bit of smoke and like rise up from above as you see the blast arc past, and your fingers, while you're clutching the side of the vehicle, tingle, and you have to like hold on tightly as best you can. As all the muscles tense up, and you feel like the electrical energy disperse throughout your arm.
Okay.
But he's still standing, just not happy.
Did it do anything to the
charges?
to the black powder?
Did it shoot all the bullets at us?
Ballistics.
How did they work?
They explode. They will fire at whatever they're pointing at.
Yeah, there's got to be someone.
Ignites
someone's
flammable objects.
Careful where you point that.
But they're
I'm
also-
right in front of
they're
it.
inside a thing.
I know.
maybe?
Those huge stars are.
Wherever.
Okay,
Like,
I'll say
just-
I'll.
It's shrapnel.
Or tubes.
So here's the thing. There are right now 237 charges loaded into this, and 237 bullets.
Oh wow.
Cover, at least.
I'm gonna say the ones that are surface struck by this go off. So I'm gonna put that at about 60.
Oh God.
That's 60 shots that all at once out of the front of this gun. It is aimed loosely in the direction of the front of this vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and take, with disadvantage, a number of shots at everybody in the way here as it just arcs in a...
You get
TPK
shot.
the party.
Okay, so I'm just rolling damage on it here.
Kyle, bring in the squibs.
So Ashen, I'm going to say this.
Am I?
Oh no.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry. It was a really cool idea.
It's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that works out. It's about 5 shots per person coming across this way here. Yeah, we'll go with that. So 5 shots and you have disadvantage. Natural 1. 16.
That's my AC.
Wait, is he gonna roll 60 times?
No, 5 each.
Oh,
5 each.
yeah. Okay.
That's
They don't just explode in the gun. They literally shoot.
That's when you strike a bullet, it explodes. the
Well,
gun, then it
yeah,
goes
It's the
everywhere.
propulsion of the explosion that fires the bullet.
It's a
Hey, okay. Well, this is
all
where
of them ignited at once
I
and
believe
explode the
because
gun.
real quick,
We'll
this is where Pelton
get
is
to
like,
that
what?
moment here shortly because it's going to do something to it.
I can
My
see.
brain didn't process the damage.
That's okay. You know, you
I
grew up on
see
a farm.
Ford
She's
sitting on a
horse girl.
on a backwards chair
You
on the
do.
ship, going. So, you decided to base your fantasy in real world shit.
You decided to blow up the bullet.
That's 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh, yeah.
Natural 1 again. 2 and a 3, and then the final one. Yeah. So you get shot once, the other 4 miss. Just full on like immediate spray in the space in front of it. Oh dear. Hondir, I mean, sorry.
Oh no!
Hondir. So that's 1
Yeah.
hit. That misses, thankfully. Misses.
Okay.
That misses as well.
Okay.
And that misses as well. He gets 1 hit.
All right.
Actually, no, one of those would have hit, so he gets hit twice.
Not twice.
16. Hondir is unconscious. Hondir's just like, what's going on?
Oh no!
Falls onto the ground.
We can fix this. We can fix this.
Okay, she doesn't have
crawler soon, guys.
statements, but
Oh no.
We're gonna have a
she has a
She's so
so
excited.
yeah, if she doesn't, so yeah.
So, that is going to be
It
a
doesn't. Only knows
17?
things out, but yeah.
Oh no!
For just the first one?
That's the first one. You take 11 points of piercing damage.
This is not very good.
Oh god.
Uh-huh.
You there? Oh, there we go. That'll work fine there. Stay, buddy.
It's all fun and games till everybody dies.
That's fucking whatever.
This is how we TPK, which is great.
I'll stick it.
This is your goldfish moment.
Okay. Y'all got one?
Yeah.
21.
Yep.
Okay. It's 7 points piercing damage.
Oh no.
The one is
Not only blew up.
11, which I think
Miss.
misses you. Natural 1.
Yeah.
And the last one is 13.
Hits.
Okay. That's going to be 7 points piercing damage.
Oh god.
Okay. The guy over there.
Yes.
That hits. Hits.
I feel.
16. Miss.
Subject different.
Hits. And hit. You got hit 4 times. That sucks for him back there.
Okay.
Oh, one of the
They got hit too.
Okay.
You got hit 3 times.
Oh, he's great.
I like that half box that's in the ground.
Yeah, me too.
He just gets blown away.
Now I'm just going. Do we try and not damage it anymore so that we can take it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
So now against
Me.
you, Imogen.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be 13.
Oh boy.
Miss.
15.
Miss.
19.
What? Is that a hit? What is that? Oh.
Take.
Oh,
8 points
dude,
piercing
I'm already
damage.
on a game.
Fourth one. Oh, it's a miss. It's a 12. And 13.
Okay.
So, one gets you, catches you, but just coasts by. F.C.G.
Okay, let's go.
First attack on you, natural 1.
No.
Second one is going to be a 22.
Yes.
You take double 1s on damage. You have 4 points piercing damage.
Okay.
Third attack is going to be a 15.
No. Miss.
Second one is going to be a 24.
Hit.
You take. Oh, look at that, double 6s. This is balanced to the 4th. You take 14 points piercing damage.
Yeah, sure.
And then the last one is going to be a 20 to hit.
Hit.
You then take 7 points piercing damage.
All right.
Okay.
Exciting.
Birdie Calloway.
Man.
Mom
This-
dies forever.
That's going to be a hit. A miss. A hit. A natural 1 miss. And A miss. So 2 hits.
Okay, 2 hits. 2 hits.
That's 2 hits.
It's 11. So 3 points of damage to Birdie. She's thankfully inside the vehicle, so she has half cover while inside.
That's good.
Fern. That's going to be a 20.
That'll hit.
You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
God.
Second attack is going to be a 14.
That does not hit.
All right. Third one is going to be a 19.
That hits.
You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Fourth one is going to be a 12.
No.
And the last one is going to be an 11.
No.
This was the 3rd move of the combat.
I know, I'm
No, I love this.
No.
This is great.
This is chaos.
I adore it.
It's going to be a 13.
Misses.
It's going to be a 15.
Misses.
That's going to be a 12.
Misses.
That's going to be a 12.
Misses.
A 13 on that one. And then that's going to be a 21.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm so close.
11 points of piercing damage to you. Ping, ping, ping.
You fucking ass!
Guy back there. That's going to be that's a hit. 2 natural 20s.
Oh,
I'm not even joking. I'm going to take a picture of that.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Against which?
Against the guy back there.
He just had it out for him.
Yeah. Apparently. Okay. That's going to be a miss. A miss. And a hit. So 2 hits and a crit. So the first hit's going to be... So 15 plus the crit. He's done. Yeah, no, that's way over his back.
Yay!
This is a great
Side.
move, Laura.
Last one over here.
We're not surrounded. No.
No.
3. Got
Miss.
3. Okay.
1 on the crawler. 2
Miss.
on the ground.
Hit. Miss. And hit. So 2 hits on him. Takes.
Just got a 7 through 100.
18
And
points.
Lana.
You got that weird guy up there, too.
You're welcome.
I've got 7 hit points. I'm okay.
You're dead to start. So
I'm good. I'm good.
You want to change?
All right. So,
It's a lot of subcategories.
after it scoots across, smoke billowing out of this machine after it just scatter shots the entire front of this kind of open space here. Rocks being shot up in the air from each of these impacts. You all take a number of hits, dodge a bunch of them, and in a brief moment, there's that pause of like, what the fuck just happened? I now need to roll a Constitution saving throw for this device.
That is probably overheated. It's got like a sizzling red barrel.
That's a failure. The front of the Katria Special bursts and fans open and currently is non-functional.
Yeah! Good job.
You can see the guy, the muscle-bound figure holding it's like, still like dealing with the aftermath of what you did and kind of holding it as it just coasts in front of him without his control and goes, shit! And that's the end of his go. So that's your action.
Bonus action.
Bonus action.
I shoot everybody in the face.
Nobody's within 30 feet of me, right?
I mean, just your friends.
Most likely.
Yeah. Maybe Maricris.
Marticris. Marticris, I'm gonna try to push him off the back of the machine.
Off the front, you
Telekinetic
mean?
shove, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to pull him forward over the gun.
Is Marcus the gunner or?
Natural 20.
Okay.
The guy with the green cape.
Oh, so he's
Yeah,
in
right
front.
there. He's in front there. So
For the rest of my move, I'm just gonna
you have 10 more feet, so.
Apologize.
apologize. 5 more feet. Then I'm gonna stay here and try to block FCG.
Okay, you got it. Finishing your turn, Ashton, you're up.
How much of that thing is like? Does it look like guns are functional on that thing? Or no?
Yeah, there are a number of mounted guns in the front. That the main special itself is currently not functioning. It looks like whatever mechanism to its continued firing process has been utterly ruined.
Ooh, I'm
There's just a plume of smoke.
That's 40 feet. I can get to that thing.
Oh, is the weapon ruined?
The top one is, yeah.
The top one is, okay.
Yeah, this is 40 feet. I can get to that. I'm going to run to the 40 feet to the leg that we've already been fucking with.
The front one there is what it would be.
And I'm going to rage.
Alrighty.
See what the hell happens. All right. Okay. Let's go. So as I get going, I get that kind of weird black and white sort of this color starts to fade and everything starts to pull towards me as the gravity hits.
Okay.
I'm going to hit the damaged chunk of the leg
Go for it.
I'm going to give it a nice good whack. All right. So, and I'm going to do this reckless so I can really fuck with it.
Go for it.
That's 16 to hit.
16 misses.
16 misses the leg.
Well, it hits. It's just heavily armored.
Okay.
So the first strike just kind of scrapes off the front of its metallic
16
form.
misses the leg.
Bullshit. I go again. I'll get into this thing. Just another 18.
18?
Technically cocked. Actually, there was one that was cocked, and I re-rolled it. 25.
25 hits.
That was cocked. That's 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage to it. Got it.
And
first strike scrapes across. The second one whacks into it, and you can see the leg kind of like slightly shift from the impact. It's pretty damaged.
Oh yeah.
All right, does that finish your turn?
That's everything I can. I'm pretty sure that's.
All right, Chetney, you're up.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna hop off the crawler, run up Fern's back, and jump over the front.
Unnecessary. I like it.
And I'm gonna run towards the crawler.
All right, so let's see, that's 10 leap. About 30.
Fuck these little legs. I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna run up to the back legs of the crawler.
Back leg.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fuck with the one I've been fucking with?
Movement is 25?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're about there.
I look at halfway.
You fuck with the
I
one
look up and say, "Fuck you!" That's my turn.
All right.
My God.
With that, it is now. Okay. So it's now Monocris's turn, who is extremely unhappy. Gets up and kind of looks at us. What the fuck are you doing? Shit. And he's going to go ahead and grab the front of the rifle that he has.
He's not within 15 feet of me, technically, is he?
Yeah. Technically, he would be just in the cusp of 15 feet.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's going to go ahead and, since you're right there banging the front of it, I don't know, but Imogen's the one who just roasted him and blew up his gun. He's going to go after Imogen. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. So he's going to go ahead and take that carbine there. It's mounted at the front. He's going to go ahead and take 2 shots with it. Ooh, that's going to be a 27 to hit.
Yeah.
Hits. And then a 22 to hit. So these shots, while they're not the same, they are a little more impactful where they hit. So these are going to be...
And he's firing a mounted weapon?
Yes, on the front. Mm-hmm. It's going to be 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I'll take half of that.
Okay, go for it.
I guess.
So you take 5 and I'll take 6.
What do? I take all 11 and she takes half? How does this work? No, I take 6, she takes 5?
You both take 5. It's when it's reduced by half, you both take the same amount. So
Okay.
5 to each. In the second shot, you take 8 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Didn't roll that well for that. He is going to bonus action second wind.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
To himself.
Gotta reload.
And then...
Oh, no, not mounted gun.
That was Marty Chris or the gunner?
This is Monocris.
Okay.
And Monocris is going to go ahead and action surge.
Oh, shit.
To...
Where are you, Orem? You're hanging off the side?
Yeah. He's going to go ahead and take... He's going to take 2 more shots at you, Laudna. He's trying to take you down.
I'm Imogen.
Sorry.
Every time.
I don't know. It's Laura Laudna.
He's back.
It's
I'm
L.
back.
I know. I don't know why. Whatever.
Oh, dear.
Maybe we should just change names.
No!
You should be. Should I just want to be Laudna? Let's change characters, right?
That's a natural 1. That's going to be a 17.
I don't
It hit.
17 hits.
I don't suppose a natural one does anything to that gun, does it?
You wanted to do something to your hammer?
No, I mean, because guns have a thing where sometimes things happen on natural ones.
This
All right, I was just throwing it out.
No, I know.
what
Fair
gun
enough.
that is.
Fair enough. They lost their big gun already.
All right,
So that was a big natural one. That's going to be
A little PTSD from that game.
9 points piercing damage to you, and he's going to go ahead and I need you to make a strength saving throw for me as he's using one of his tripping attack abilities.
Me?
Yeah, he's shooting your leg out from under you.
7.
7, you are knocked prone.
Means you're harder to hit.
It's no time to nap.
He's going to go, fuck. Bad idea. It's wrong people. Chose the wrong people. Turning it around. And the other guy who's like there with his guns looking to his friend got, frightened on the ground, like his skin burned going, from the lightning bolt is like, shit. He's going to go over and start like smacking the side of the machine. It's like, some of the charged energy devices and underneath it start glowing and it's like, and you see it's like starting to readjust its current positioning. That's going to finish his turn. The guy who's like slapped the side of it, who is wearing like the kind of the furred cloak, is going to go ahead and, looking down at everybody, put his hands up in front of him, and as he begins to turn his hand in this like spherical formation, this small like sphere of greenish pale energy begins to form that drips through the spaces before he unleashes it down, and it kind of glides downward before exploding outward like that.
Oh no.
Wait, are you down? Why are you down?
Wait,
I'm prone. I'm prone.
She's prone.
Oh,
are you? How many? Are you almost dead? You're almost dead.
Oh yeah.
Melee.
Oh yeah. This it's gonna do me.
All right. So, I need. This is a 20-foot radius sphere.
I said fuck you.
Which is going to be. Yeah, I can get all of
They
you.
don't have.
So I need Ashton, F.C.G, Imogen, Fern, and Birdie to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Those inside the vehicle.
At disadvantage because I'm on the ground.
Correct. And you do get +2 to yours because you're inside the vehicle.
Don't suppose that guy was 15 feet away from me.
Well, we have advantage against spells anyway, just being a natural.
Oh, that's right.
4 over here.
4 over there? That's a failure.
Yeah.
I'm going to do.
God damn it.
Okay. So that's 21 points of acid damage.
I'm down.
Oh! Oh no! Oh, you're our healer.
I know.
And it's still burning.
Oh, what is it?
It's acid.
So it's every
Well, I'm
round.
not immune to that.
You're immune to that?
All right.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm immune to.
Birdie takes 21.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
We're going to have to fix that real quick.
Birdie gets splashed, and is like, looks back over the shoulder. The goggles are starting to melt a little bit. And, Fern, I'm not feeling good.
Oh no!
Oh god. Wait, as in dead?
This is acid. This is a vitriolic sphere. What did you roll?
Oh boy, this got bad real quick.
What? 21.
21. Yeah, so you take only 10 points of acid damage, and you do not take additional damage going forward.
You're microdosing the
That's
acid.
great. That's great.
What?
Imogen?
Imogen, what the fuck? So now you're making me do it. Now you're in my head. Now you're in my head.
It's all right. It's dangerous right now, so we're all a little.
A little bit on
It's
edge.
fine, Brennan. It's fine. Just keep going.
Touche.
Remember,
Sorry, which
if people don't love murderers.
Okay. 21 points of acid damage.
I'm
Lana is unconscious. Imogen, I'm gonna keep saying
Holy
it.
shit.
You're unconscious.
You're unconscious
Oh no.
and still burning.
We're going to have to
we're
get
in
the
depth.
FCGs fast, so that's going to be.
All right. And Ashton?
I rolled 19.
19? Okay, so you take 10 points of acid damage. All right. And as you're releasing the sphere, he like ducks down low to take full cover behind the wall there.
Was that still?
I don't know.
I don't know if that counts.
So that brings us now to Birdie's turn. Birdie is going to go ahead and pull the vehicle forward.
Birdie's got healing
Don't run me
magic.
over, Jesus!
No.
What the fuck?
Did you feel that? I should back up to make sure it's okay. Oh, God. Oh, man.
That's going to go ahead and attempt to cast Charm Person on the one that just cast the vitriolic sphere. So she's like, the goggles and nothing. Come on, give us a hand. He's going to go ahead and make his saving throw. He fails with a 2.
Save us,
So he
magic guy.
is charmed.
Maybe.
I'll mark him over here. Okay. Fern, you're up with F.C.G. on deck.
Okay. Is there a cliff behind them?
Behind
That's
them? No,
behind them. No.
that's behind you guys.
That's behind us. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm going to jump off
Which way?
to your right, towards F.C.G.
There we go.
Perfect. And
kick him.
I'm gonna spit in his face.
Spit in my mouth.
Just do the stomp out.
I was trying to. Okay, and I will. Oh God. Okay.
You're gonna steal from me, aren't you? God.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can do 2 things. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on F.C.G. Calm down, everybody.
Sweetest thing Fern has ever done.
8.
Stand on there, got shot.
Okay.
Well, would not. Definitely like to know.
Everybody just calm down.
No.
13.
Amazing.
That's great. Okay.
Way to go, Fern.
Amazing.
And then,
Hey, Fern.
give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can. I think that's all I can do, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll.
It's your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. Finishing Fern's go. That brings us to F.C.G., who is now on the ground, but conscious again.
Oh, thank you. I will use half my movement to get up on a wheel. Seeing my friend Laudna on the ground, I'm gonna roll over to her, and I will also cure wounds her. Wait, do I have?
Do you have that prepared?
I don't think I do. Wait, that can't be right. I'm a
You're a healer without a cure wounds prepared.
I have healing word. I always have something. I'll do healing word, I guess, on her instead.
Thanks.
At 2nd level. So yeah, that's 2d4 plus 3. 4. 4.
Ooh.
That's 11.
Yay.
But that's just a bonus action, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay, so she's up.
I'm up. Who also?
But
Hondir.
Hondir's out. I was gonna. Okay.
He's gonna be making.
And hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I had absorbed 5 points of damage prior. Am I still going to take that unless I use it?
Well, you would have lost it now from the sphere that dumped acid on you.
So it just goes away?
Well, it buffers the damage you would have taken. So.
Oh, it buffers the damage.
Well, it's temporary hit points. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm thinking.
It does stay.
Yeah, it does. So what you do is you get temporary hit points, and then the next time you take damage, it takes off the temporary hit points first.
Wait, what? But then I also, if I don't spend it, I get.
You take damage. So if it goes away from taking damage, then you don't have to worry about it.
Oh.
So the benefits are either you do damage and pump it into an attack, or you use it as a shield and it goes away and it's fine. But if neither happens, that's when the feedback hits you.
Cool. I love it.
Oh, cool.
So there you go.
I had no idea. All right, well then, as my action, I guess I'll scoot over. Oh wait, I already used my movement probably to get up.
You have 10 more feet you can move.
I'll scoot towards Hondir.
Okay.
And then, can I hot swap out for my bolt thrower?
Hot swap.
And use it, or is that way too much to?
That's too much to do in this
That's
turn.
too
So you have
much.
action, bonus action you've already used.
Okay,
And
I will
all your
then-
movement. So.
Then I'll use my action to keep moving towards Hondir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's right. You still have your action available, so you could hot swap it if you wanted to. Up to you.
And fire it?
It's like changing a weapon, and you did get upgraded, so I'd say sure.
Okay, I will fire then.
Where?
At Merry Christmas.
Okay. Go ahead, roll to attack.
All right. Oh, it's only a 10.
That misses entirely.
Okay,
My
well.
apologies. Arcs off the metal.
Great, that's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you take.
Oh, I'm still covered in acid.
How do you get acid off you?
Maybe I'll lick it off with my tongue.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, you know what? You may care for
so
this
many
a
fours,
lot.
that was ridiculous.
On
You
the
take
thing
17 points
that
of
it
acid.
melts off. So this happens. And they confirm
How
put
do
it
you get acid off, actually, now that you mention it?
Should have licked it off.
But it has run its course. The acid
permanently
has
away.
Baking soda.
I mean, baking
soda.
Say, roll over. just face down, like passed out R2D2 on the dirt. Just bring it out of here. All right. Finishing your go, it is now I'm sorry. No, Bird. This would be the barge crawlers who are over here and over here. They're both gonna.
No, I'm also trying to design like.
Yeah, they're both gonna
I do
take a
some
shot.
for each class.
Let's
see. I got my
One's gonna be at you because you're hanging off the side.
Let's say Dreamscape.
That's gonna be 17 to hit.
Am I doing acrobatics again, or just strength save, or?
This person's trying to shoot you.
Oh, shoot me! Say,
Yeah.
what was it?
17.
No, I just shield goes pling
off the side. Great. The person over here is gonna go ahead and take a shot at you, Chetney.
Okay.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
You take 11 points of piercing damage. Right in the back of the shoulder blade, like kind of lodges itself a good inch into you.
All right, dickhole.
And then both of them are going to leap down and run. Get that far. I think it's about there.
Oh wait, where did you just go?
Yeah.
Do you just jump behind?
Jumped off the other
God
side
damn
there.
it.
Okay.
I'll go down.
Finishing their go. Lana, you're up.
Well,
They're
okay.
actual.
Like that.
Yes.
They have something that makes their
Roll me a
turns, but I just fucking
bullshit.
Okay. I can't see those guys anymore. DM question.
Yes.
Prestidigitation says that I can clean
soiled stuff.
or
right?
yeah. Could I clean away acid?
The acid ran its course, so it's done.
Oh, did it?
On him it is, yeah. The other people
on
still
him
have
it's
burning
done.
acid. On him it's done, yeah.
There. Who's other? Who? Oh.
Fucking Birdie, but who gives a shit?
But yeah.
Birdie and Imogen.
It's also, I will say it is magical acid from a 4th level spell.
that's what I was curious about.
A cantrip probably would not be able to dissolve.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Cool. Going off of what Travis was saying, bullet kind of grazed Laudna's face, and so my mouth is kind of like torn open, and you can see like exposed teeth and gum. And I just like feel that, and I grab into it with my fingers, and I rip even further, and start dislocating my jaw as I take on my form of dread.
Some Beetlejuice
That is
shit.
so cool.
I love it.
And
God.
ooh,
Nice, dude.
get 12 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Which is good. And then I'm going to take the sinew and ichor dripping from my mouth and do an Eldritch Blast to Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Woo!
What the fuck?
Two Eldritch Blasts.
He has 3/4 cover because he is now like ducked low behind the wall.
Spell
so.
Sniper.
That's true.
Yes.
After revenge or big.
16 and a 14 for 22
Or
and
fight or something
right,
like that.
right? Yes, 22 and 24.
Basically, they
Yes.
Spell Sniper.
including like
Spell
things
Sniper.
you could do.
You get caught up in the.
I would have normally given him a +5 to his AC.
Cool. That is 14
Wait,
damage
react
for
while
the
we
first
raise?
one and 10 damage for the
Something
second.
like limited, very limited spell casting.
So one hits off the side of his shoulder, and he's like, shit, and goes to hunker down, and one blasts him across the shiny chrome dome that is now dripping with sweat, kind of darkened from the blast of the lightning bolt earlier, and as it hits, he goes like, ah, and pulls below, and kind of, you see him kind of stand up a little bit and look at his hands, and he's just kind of bleeding from where it impacted on his head.
Oh,
nice.
Well done.
Over their health gets.
Yep.
Okay. Am I able to kind of move in between the crawler and this wall to, or kind of even like duck under the behind the cart to get a little bit more cover?
Sure, you can do that.
Okay.
take half cover there?
Yeah.
You got it. Okay. That finish your turn?
Yes.
Okay, it is now the Ruin Crawler's turn.
Oh, the vehicle itself.
It's an automaton. It's not it's a manned vehicle, but it also has its own turn.
Oh, shit.
So for its bonus action, it's going to gear shift. You watch as its legs, you didn't notice it before, but at where the joints are and its large spider-like legs, there are wheels embedded inside.
Yeah.
And suddenly they open up to kind of like the legs kind of bend upward into an upward position to land on the wheels. The downside is that bomb fucked up the front one, and I'll roll to see. I'll say if it's
a frickin'
if
transformer
it's a 16 or
or
higher on this dice,
sub-transformer.
that wheel is still functional.
Okay.
If it's a 15 or lower, that wheel is fucked from the explosion, and it's gonna be dragging ass if it tries to move. Can do, but it's gonna be hindered. It's a 17. It's a good try. It's a good try. So it grinds onto the ground and slams, and it looks like where the explosion most of it was impacted, the actual like joint portion of it is still fucked, and it kind of stumbles off and gets left behind. So now it's missing half a leg. It can't really go into its other form now, but it does manage to sit on its wheels. And with that, it's going to go ahead and take a 50 feet movement.
Wait, it's retreating?
It's retreating, and
They're
it's
trying
getting
to
over
run
here.
away, but want
With
to
you still hanging from it.
steal
I'll take an attack of opportunity.
Go
on that
for it.
one.
You can take it.
Also, out
On
of
that
curi-
fucked up wheel.
Yeah, on the fucked up wheel.
I don't know.
You can, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
21.
21 hits.
All right, let's just hurt this thing a little bit. And I have a question about orbital decay. 6.
You have a question around orbital decay?
Orbital
14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
And would the orbital decay, if I used it on that machine, would it get pulled? Would I eat 15 feet worth of its movement? Out of curiosity.
That happens at the start of its turn, right?
All right,
It pulls you in.
never
So yeah,
mind.
it doesn't slow them.
Yeah,
but
that's all
it
good.
does.
25 to hit.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll
9
damage.
points of slashing.
9 points slash damage. Nice. So as you both kind of like impact it, you could see parts of it are like it's starting to show some wear and tear. But it's like kind of cruising on the wheels now, like leaving grooves in the ground as parts of its jagged metal are like kind of tearing into the rock and stone beneath it. But it's starting to cruise to retreat. That's what it's gonna do. All right, finishing that go top. Orem, you're still hanging from it as it's starting to move away from your friends.
As a bonus action, as he feels the whole thing start to shudder and jive, he just goes, "Oh shit!" and uses his shield arm to wipe like blood out of his hair and face. And I will do second wind and give myself 7 plus
Fighter ship.
13.
Fighter ship.
Then I will. Every muscle on his little sinewy halfling arm flexes and he swings and lands on Mari Krish's shoulders.
Okay, so leaping onto the second floor here.
Yep. My blade goes down across his face.
Okay.
That is a 16.
16 misses.
And I slash again.
Marty Chris was on the first level.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's they both miss then.
He's like, you go to swing both, and he's kind of like, starts wrestling you off the shoulders, and you're just unable to quite hit him as you go to strike downward, and he leans forward, and you end up hitting the metal wall they've been using to guard them, and you pull back again a second time and swing, and he kind of like lifts you up, and you end up accidentally striking the upper platform. You can't quite sink it in.
I say, fuck it. And I use the rest of my movement to spring off the whole vehicle and roll into the dust.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
That is a 13.
13. You, with the pace that's moving, I will say that is not good enough. You end up crashing into this dried tree, breaks your fall. You do take, that's a, say 15 minutes, so you'd only take 4 points of bludgeoning damage from the impact and are knocked prone. Okay. However, you are leaving the attack range of both of them, so they both get tax opportunity on you, as does the guy up top.
Well, the mage is
actually, no, he didn't know you were there.
Mage is charmed, right?
That's right. The mage is charmed by her.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's
Or by
one on
Birdie.
one. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's not like she's friends with everybody, and she hasn't been told that
Lay it
you
on
were her friend yet, necessarily. Yeah, dominated is when you do shit like that. So they're both going to take tax opportunity on you. Main guy, that's natural 19. So yeah, that's 26. So he goes and strikes out with his scimitar, kind of quickly, like reaching out with that. Hits you for double sixes. I've been angry on you. That is going to be 16 points of slashing damage, While the other one is going to go ahead. He is not as technically decent in this. He's just going to take a stiletto and kind of stab at you as you go. That's going to miss with an 11.
Yeah, shoot.
Wide, but you impact painfully. Oh my god, the shield took some of the impact, but you feel like your hip joint is popped out of socket a little bit, and you have to pop it back in. Does that finish your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Finishing that, it is now the gunner's turn, who is just like angrily, like furious that his gun's been destroyed. He's going to go ahead and stand up on top of it, like climb onto the mangled mass, the smoke still pouring out of it. He kind of steps and leans through the smoke. You see his body emerging as he pulls up his rifle. And it's going to aim for you, Ashton.
Yeah!
Because you're the one who's immediately in his view from that point. Since you did attack recklessly last time, he's going to take a shot on you with advantage.
With disadvantage.
Well, no, you also
with
have
advantage.
You also have your gravity up too, right?
I do, so it wouldn't matter anyway.
So advantage on that.
Yep.
That's going to be 19 to hit.
That hits.
Sorry, 17 to hit.
That still hits.
Still hits, okay. So you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Reduced to 4.
Reduced to 4.
Took us a bit by surprise.
I mean, yeah. Well, this is meant to be a possible conversation and negotiation, whatever it may be. But I will say the bomb definitely set things up and definitely fucked over some of the possibilities they could have done.
I take that shot. Yeah.
You wrecked one of the Rune Crawler's attack abilities directly out of the gate too.
Oh.
All right, so you take that shot.
Oh, yeah. Ain't
What's going on?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to bring it to Imogen's go with Ashlyn on deck.
I'm gonna get up onto one knee, and I'm gonna pull my knife out of my thigh holster and fling it towards Marty Chris with a catapult attack. I'm gonna use a sorcery point to double the distance.
Yeah, it's definitely in
Oh,
range.
Magneto dagger.
You got it. Okay.
That's the,
And so is
the
it
I
dex save.
a
haven't
dex
played
save?
D&D yet, but I do have a list of things I might try. And yeah,
Well, it's plus 5 because it's 3/4 cover
No,
right now because he's ducked down below. What's
no,
the DC on
It's
it?
a
catapult
he gets a
like
dex
that.
bomb.
That was on the list.
Because he's behind cover.
Oh, I was thinking that would be an AC
pretty
bump.
open.
So that still brings him to 15.
It's 15 that he has to beat.
So yeah, he does succeed.
Oh,
But
You lose a deck.
is it all or nothing, or does he take half damage?
I think it's a all or nothing. When the object strikes something, the object takes 3d8 damage. So
This was humbling.
It's still going on.
Going on.
All right.
I feel good about
Also-
this.
Here might be dead forever.
also have to think that, if you have something with range attack, like
All right. So,
arc or something,
does that finish your turn, Imogen? You want to stay put, or
Um,
15 feet of movement?
Pull
and
that
bonus
thing with
action?
the catapult, and when they launch it, once it's linked up, like you guys want to spend it, like go
I'm gonna.
and
I'm gonna use telekinetic shout to try to push the guy off the top.
Yeah, come
Good
on.
for you.
Make
Okay.
it work.
That's a 7. So the rock, ping, and he's like, ha ha, you couldn't, what? And full on just stumbles over the edge,
you couldn't.
Oh
Whoa!
my God, that's
falling off the
amazing.
side.
So I lost my knife, but he dodged it and fell.
Did you mean Marty Chris or the guy up top?
Take
There we
Marty
go,
Chris.
there we go. So lands on the ground, takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage from the impact.
Every time Matt makes a sound effect, he sends the little fish rocks blowing, and it looks like
I love
impact.
it. It's great.
It's effective. I like it.
It's fun.
So he's now ass on the ground, prone, about 10 feet from you, going 5 feet, and you're both just on the ground.
Sucks, huh?
Shut up. Does that finish your Imogen?
I guess.
All right, Chetney, you're
Does
up.
she still have
Or no, sorry,
acid
Ashton.
all
I
over
would know
her?
if,
Oh,
if
fuck
healing potions
me.
work on
Yes.
on F.C.G, right?
Matt, I
Yeah.
still had acid on me, so at
that's
the end of
right,
my
you
turn,
do.
I would have taken damage.
You too.
That is.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
This could burn her down again.
16 points of acid.
Oh!
I'm out.
Why do we keep doing that? You should have brushed it off or something.
I can't brush acid off. I was trying to do
do shit before I died again.
I mean,
But
that's
the
what they did in
acid
Aliens.
Dallas, push it off your chest.
So you finish shoving him off. A smile comes to your face before you collapse, Ben, once more to the ground. Okay, now that brings us to Ashton with Chetty on deck.
I'm flipping around, running up to F.C.G, pulling out a healing potion bottle.
Does that work on me?
Healing potions work on you. It's a magical effect.
I'm going to just unhinge the jaw and throw it in there like a softball.
The glass shatters on the inside. You are filled with healing potion and glass shards.
2d4 plus 2, right?
Yep.
That's great. 9 points of healing.
Hey!
There we go.
I'm back up.
And I'm gonna take the rest of my movement to just walk up ahead, turn around and walk up ahead a little bit just to try and be a target.
Here?
Yeah, just like there, just like that far, just to see if I can draw fire.
You've got it. Okay, finishing your go, Chetney, you're up.
God damn it. See Ashton do that. I look back at this son of a bitch and shot me in the back.
Oh, he's still there.
I'll be like, I see you, fucker! Fuck! And I'll walk over to Imogen and I'll pour this healing potion in her mouth.
To,
Imogen.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, fuck 5 plus whatever.
5 plus 2, so 7.
7! I healed ya!
She'll find out when she
He's
realizes.
not very grateful.
I know.
Very grateful.
Just silence.
Wow.
You're silenced.
And that's 5. How
That's
much
your go.
movement? That's like all my movement, too. All right, fine.
Okay, the crawler leader is going to stand up on his turn. Seeing that he's very much outnumbered, sees you on the ground, and he's like, sees the opportunity, and then goes, he's going to go ahead and attempt to leap onto the now racing by vehicle he just fell from as it's like just leaving his range. So he'll go ahead and leap onto it, grasping, just holding the side of it as his knees like scraping the ground. And that's all he's going to do for his turn.
Okay.
With that, it's going to come to Birdie. Birdie is going to go ahead and she's going to go ahead and cast Sleep. She's going to drive the vehicle forward. Up to there.
Oh.
It's going to cast Sleep on the leader. So that's going to be 5d8.
That's smart. She's smart.
You healed 7 points.
22.
Chet dumped a potion down the drain.
Which is enough. So you watch as Mare Chris, who just got back up, and then leaps onto the side of the crawlers. It's like just about to coast away. He goes, looks back and is about to like laugh, like cackle as he escapes. Before Birdie's just there on the back of the crawler, leaning forward and goes, I don't think so. And you watch it's like he goes and falls asleep into the ground. And goes, told you I'd get him.
Good job, Mama.
Onto the ground there.
Shoot, Mama.
Run him over.
She could. She's cruising. But she's not quite there yet. All right, finishing her go. That brings us to Fern with F.C.G.
Okay, so who's still living? Who's still with
Imogen's
us?
up. She's
Everybody's up.
Is FCG up?
FCG's up.
Okay.
FCG's up.
Is who's still living of the bad guys?
Hondir.
I got Hondir.
Hondir's unconscious.
I'll get Hondir.
Has he been making saves every turn?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing it.
But we don't know. We don't know.
Oh no.
What if? Where's his turn though?
We don't know.
He's at the bottom. He's not a combatant.
Okay.
He is not a combatant.
Especially now.
He is not by any means an adventurer, a warrior, a fighter.
Is Mari Chris still up? Or no, he's asleep.
He's asleep.
He's sleepy. And if I do anything, he'll wake up.
Yeah.
To
But
him.
a melee attack is an auto crit.
Oh,
A melee attack.
a melee attack. Okay.
It'll also wake him up.
He's a long
Yeah,
way away.
okay.
You have to get over there first.
I'm gonna do some scorching rays on the big boy up top.
Up here?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
All 3 on him, or?
Mm-hmm.
God, we still have these douchebags.
They were running last
They
time.
were running
They
away.
were already
They were
peacing
doing
out.
Yeah, they're going over to the plunger.
17.
17 hits him.
Okay. Natural 16 plus.
That hits, yep.
16.
Yeah. So
All three hit?
6d6 fire
Wow.
damage to
Okay.
the
Oh, wait.
gunner.
Ooh.
Come on, fire druid.
15.
You're just adding 2 6s as you go.
It's so cute.
Just a little bit of garlic
That's seasoning.
powder, a little.
A little more nutmeg. A little more nutmeg. A little more nutmeg.
19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god. All right. So, I will shoot as I'm just slowly walking towards. I just keep shooting the scorching rays.
Ooh, yeah.
As I'm staring at it.
Just walking towards him. He's like standing there with his rifle over his shoulder. He's like reloading it on top of it as it's cruising away. And then all of a sudden glances over towards you, the smoke kind of framing him. He growls. The first one burns. The second one hits the side of the thigh and the gun just flies out of its grip. And he looks back at you for the third one. And how do you finish him?
I would love for him to fall off, and then I can stand over him.
Okay.
Shoot
So
him
he,
in the chest.
the second one that hits him, he tumbles back, impacts the ground. He's like, he's there, like something is hurt as he hits the ground. He's like, oh, and is trying to roll over, clutching into himself. He's barely conscious as you kind of begin to walk up to him as he's now fallen back onto this space.
I'll walk up and I'll just say, I'm gonna take your stuff now.
Oh, shit.
Get him
I'm gonna attempt a sleight of hand while she's walking past me. That's my reaction.
Yeah.
Really?
If you want to consider her a combatant against you for this instance, sure.
Okay. Just for fun. 22.
22 does beat your passive perception.
Wait, what am I doing? What's happening?
I just.
Are you picking my pocket?
As you were doing your, I just took a
During
little
your, how do you want to do this?
You can
have to not
Come to it later.
The player does not know
Yeah, finish
spells
go to
to
F.C.G.
heal.
Oh, well then I'll just a bonus action heal Hondir if he still has any life in him.
He's unconscious but still alive.
Okay, great. Just first level.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, that's 7 points of. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
No, it's not. It's only 5 points. I
Got it.
rolled on both.
That's okay. Okay, cool. As that's your bonus action, you still have movement in action, and you're still on the ground.
Are we out of combat?
I mean, we're getting pretty close. Yeah.
But the guys.
Are you guys leaving? Are you guys going to let them go?
Yes.
Did you?
Gonna let it go.
Did Birdie still have acid damage at the end of her turn?
Let me see if Birdie.
If I
no, Birdie did take full damage. You're right. She did.
Wait, is she down?
So Birdie might be down, just so you're aware before your turn, because
You're right.
God, I'm rolling ridiculous for this. Oh, that's my paper.
Oh.
Jesus Christ! So many fucking fours.
So she goes out and casts sleep on him.
Oh no!
Leans into the controls and. The sleep spell ends because she's no longer
The minute she went
concentrating on it.
unconscious,
And he starts
she
waking up
runs
and goes.
Montes you gang.
And full on drives over him.
Oh my
Is he dead?
God.
Yeah, she runs over him.
Oh.
And then slides into the ruin crawler with the.
Since I was close to going, Orem was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get my rope and tie him. No, I'm not.
So she's down?
She's unconscious.
Oh, I don't have
And
a. I
driving
just
away
used
in
a
a
spell, so I
runaway
can't do another
crawler.
spell.
well,
But I can
would
get
you
up
have
and
done
start-
it for him? I don't know.
Well, this is a question. Did that all happen before I just healed Hondir?
That would have, I'd say technically.
I mean, I hate to choose one life over another.
I can do something too if we're out of combat.
All right.
Hondir's been down.
Yeah, Hondir has
I'll
been
just
down.
keep. I did Hondir, and now I'm just getting up
Yeah,
with
you
the rest of my action.
you weren't aware of what was happening on that side as you were going to heal. That's
Sure.
fine.
I'll just use the rest of my action to move over there. That's
Okay.
it.
So it's up there, and move you 1, 2, 3. Now you see what's happening. It's like,
Oh, no!
shit. All right, that brings us to these guys. He's gonna go ahead and try to move and hop onto this to hitch a ride. This guy's gonna attempt to move out of sight.
Wait,
and
there's more
stealth.
guys?
Yeah, there were a
They're all running for the hills.
Yeah, things turned very bad for them very quickly, and that's gonna bring us to Ludna.
So the only two guys that are left alive are these two lackeys.
Flacky's, and there's one guy over here
The
who's the
mage.
spellcaster.
Mage, although she's down, so
He's not charmed
She's
anymore.
not charmed anymore.
And the crawler is still moving away.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Laudna is going to kind of climb over and start moving towards the crawler.
Spider crawl.
Over there?
Towards the crawler. I'm doing a full 30 feet. And I'm going to throw darkness on the crawler.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's I'm casting it. You cast
it
a
sticks
place
to it
on
like
it,
light?
so I'm sticking to it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, man, it's going to start slamming into the trees.
How long does that last?
Darkness lasts for. And some point you choose smaller. Up to 10 minutes concentration.
Okay. Got it. Oh, no. All right. Does that finish your turn?
That's a long time.
Yeah, actually, you know what? And then I will also bonus action. Fuck, I should have done that first. Can I quick retcon and do it? Say bonus action hex the guy who's on the
That would be casting two spells.
Oh, you're right. Well, it's a bonus hex, but it's also a concentration spell. So never mind.
Well, it's also higher than a level. It's a level 1 or higher. You can't do more than that in one turn.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's all good.
Right. That was my turn.
Okay.
That's fine.
It is now the Ruin Crawler's turn, which activates on its own turn and just keeps going in the direction that it's going. And as you all kind of like realize now that it's going full bore, full move and action, traveling on wheeled speed, it's moving 100 feet per round, and you cannot catch up to it. It is damaged, but still moving pretty quick on its wheels because it's survived, though it is wrecked from the explosion of the bomb and such. And you all kind of sit there and take a moment to breathe as you watch it just keep going and keep going, as it's just the sphere of darkness around it, and it's just not changing direction. And not changing direction. And not changing direction. And not changing direction. Not changing direction. And then we'll say about 3 minutes pass before you hear.
It just went off a cliff.
It went off the other side of the mesa.
Oh,
Excellent shot.
Oh my god.
You know what? I thought maybe you would like run into something so we could still take it. Or
Oh, we could have just done that straight from the get-go and saved all.
Clearly, we're going to stabilize Birdie really quickly.
there was never a good opportunity.
Oh my
It
I'm
was
gonna run
tough.
over to Birdie.
That went really
And I'm
well.
gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Imogen, get up!
Oh,
I should have saved the sleight of hand for now. I'm so sorry. It was like, yeah, that was
do
post.
not be
That was
sorry I didn't
post.
hear.
Okay.
Would
That was great.
Someone making me toast. Oh, hi, Fern.
Hi. How you feeling?
I'm feeling better thanks to you.
Is everyone all right? Imogen? Hey, you
Huh?
good? Are you good?
I'm great.
Yeah, me too.
That was incredible. I've only just run from those things for the most part. Never seen him sent. Where'd it go, by the way?
Oh.
Elsewhere.
You point out as the darkness fades in the distance.
Slow black cloud climbs.
All right.
15 points of healing.
Thank you.
You guys have a hot springs or bath or anything at the layaway?
Oh, it'd be real
We
nice.
got a bath. We can heat it up for you. Yeah.
Do some more stretching.
How's Hondir doing?
Hondir, how are you?
I am good, yes, and I'm appreciative for helping me next time. Let's just not get involved in those that shoot, please.
Yeah, I just didn't want him to take our crawlers, you know?
Understood. I'm gonna lay down.
And just kind of like tucks himself into a little corner of the crawler.
That was an excellent use of the backpack, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I'm so glad that we have that off our plate now.
Yeah, what if it had gone off on
That would have been a mess. I mean, clearly, it would have been a mess.
Yeah.
Looking behind us, are there any more flares in the air? Is anyone coming across the bridge behind us? Is it
Make a perception check.
drawing any fucking commotion? Guess what?
Roll a
5!
d20.
No.
And
Looks
the
clear.
higher I roll, the better shit I want to get.
But you know,
All clear!
that's a fair point.
That
Chetney
one
makes
guy
that-
got away.
14.
Well, there's more than
So
just.
probably some
I
two
assume
go.
there's more than just 5 people in the fists of the ruiners, so we might be marked by them moving forward.
Climbed up on the crawler. So if we can take care of him, then nobody will know what we did, that it was us, right?
Well,
but if,
except the person who passed us on the bridge and signaled to his friends.
Oh, right.
So I think we'll probably be marked now by the fists.
Have to assume so, anyway.
Yeah.
But that's that's the fun.
That's like a status,
right?
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
You arrived.
Yeah.
Most wanted.
Plus, we're protected by Paragon's call now.
Which is honestly, that's some really good protection.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not in this fucking case. They didn't give a shit.
Retaliation.
Threw that name out there and they're like, declined.
Do these fellows that we wiped out, do they have anything on their person?
Yeah, we should check everything.
Okay, yeah. So you go ahead and take a moment to roll the brigands, what remains of them. Yeah, and you can see on their persons, like they have like these long streaks. Like some of them have one, some have two. One person has like a third one that's coming out of there, which is the leader.
That's new.
Maracris. But they're just these long, like red streaks that are tattooed. Some of them better quality than others. That, for those of you with any sort of religious knowledge, recognize that the iconography of the Ruiner, one of the betrayer gods, symbol is a bleeding eye. And is anyone here proficient with history?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll a history check.
23.
23. You also know that long ago, Marquette was front to back a lush land. But there was an event specifically during the Calamity in which the Ruiner attempted to destroy the entire continent. And was thwarted by a heroic sacrifice from destroying all of it, but still turned a third of the continent into harsh wasteland and desert. And that was what created the Rumadan Desert and elements of the Hellcatch Valley. So there's still very much kind of some folks who live in these lands that you assume still believe that these parched, cracked badlands are still a symbol of strength of the Ruiner's mark left on the world.
You want to take a break?
That'd be nice.
How much time do we have left? I know we were trying to make this a day trip, but I guess we can always spend the night, make it a little overnighter.
We gotta be back.
Go back to the people.
Close to
We're not terribly far. Maybe like an hour.
Can I rest in the wagon?
Yeah, we can get on top. Just get right back up and we'll keep moving. You also find amongst them 420 gold pieces.
420.
Nice.
Jesus.
Hold on to those.
No, you won't.
There's no ammunition, but there are 2 loose carbine rifles from the crawler gang.
Mystery is gone.
Oh my goodness.
This rifle is
Very big.
very big, which is why I'm here for it. Yeah, it's
holding the cash.
it's close to 6 feet tipped to
Spread it out. Just spread
edge.
it out. 420 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I thought carbines were like shorter barrel.
70.
Like long enough to be used
420
by
divided by 6.
70.
2 hands, but
I'm pretty sure it's 7.
Well,
70.
actually,
maybe there's a different definition.
Ashton, you stole.
You should get that too.
A porcelain blue thimble.
Gotcha.
That's for a giant. It's a very big thimble.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like a little teacup.
Okay. Porcelain blue giant thimble.
He did a lot of cross stitching.
No judgment.
Birdie kind of brings the vehicle around, gets everything situated. Everyone's a little worse for wear, but still in one piece. Well, shall we get going?
Yes, please.
I'll make some food for everyone when we get back as a thank you. I need new goggles. You see, they're like acid melted on one side and kind of like puts them on. One's a little dinged.
Do a quick little mending spell on it to try and at least fix the lens.
It takes a minute, but you do so. You fix it up. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Laudna. All right. Let's get going. And the feet immediately start tearing forward. And with that, both of your tandem skirmish crawlers begin to pick up back on the initial path, avoiding the brigand encounter by destroying the fuck out of them. But arcing towards a northward direction to your left, heading towards the northern tip of this smaller mesa spire. we'll go and take our break. Here shortly. But yeah, we'll see where this goes from here as you're about to arrive at the Callaway layaway.
We killed ourselves and other people.
Okay.
You know you wanted to do it.
Every second of it, I was down for.
All right,
This was,
okay.
this was great. No regrets.
No
Not a
regrets.
single
No,
regret.
I have one
There's a
regret.
massive finish.
I have one regret.
There it is.
I was supposed to say that our battle cam is sponsored by WizKids. But I didn't.
They're still on the table.
We're still on the table.
What?
We're still
There's still a
on the
battle.
table.
WizKids! Build your own collection and discover more at wizkids.io/CR minis that were at your local game store.
There you go. You did it. Good for you. Alrighty. We'll see you guys here in a few minutes.
I'm first and they'll be being easy here.
This is Nona Lucia. She makes sauce, and she loves to share it. Nona's sauce was so fire, her family and friends became fans, and so did their friends, and their friends' friends. And her fam fed her an idea for her best recipe yet, her own brand of Nona Lucia Sugo. So she made her very own store from scratch on Shopify.
I mean, can you believe it?
Actually, Shopify helped Nona do a lot of things, like ship fans her sauce and spread the word about her culinary magic. In fact, Shopify helped Nona make new fans and show up in new places. Soon, the little grandma with a big
go get
personality had become the boss of her own
do and
saucy
hopefully be back in time for.
an empire she could run from anywhere, even the kitchen where it
Oh,
all began.
actually,
This is my famous sauce, powered by
I'm waiting
Nona
to make sure that there's
And
nothing
this
new.
is her success, powered by Shopify.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop.
Could anything be more perfect?
Look at this. Isn't it fashion? So much fashion happening here.
Style should never be a dumpster, darling.
Okay, these are some tempting ones actually.
Goodness, it's overpowering.
Nah,
You need this?
I already have enough going.
This is pretty
I have
badass.
right here.
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
No?
We now return to Tal'Dorei Theater and the Bard College of Tragedy.
I know this. I have an idea for a multi-class between this and Phantom.
Stabbed.
Speaking of new subclasses, my idea is like, let's see, Bard. I got my Bard. My idea for a Bard subclass is nautical themed. College of the Shanty Singer.
As it twists the knife and
I think I want like when you can sing a shanty when for a like when making a basically you could one like inspiration die can work for multiple people if it's for a united check a save for like strength, dexterity, or constitution save.
Inspire
Or check.
my gaze
Actually,
turns to
make
the
it
heavens,
straight into
and
Constitution.
your sorrowful fate is mine to alter. Shall your pleas be heard beyond the gates divine?
Alas, my charisma saves are for naught. Too plagued with regret to beg for relief. God abandons his child in life and death. Oh.
I stab you again!
Oh, that's two. Out brief candle.
Let's see.
Walking shadow
Cleric.
spins its tale of hubris to the ears of arrogance.
I forgot what I
My
was doing for
fate
cleric
is tragic,
actually.
but yours,
Shoot.
no foe is worse.
A fatal downfall waits for you, so vile and filled
Good,
with devilry that my dying words cannot encompass it.
Circle of
Tragedy
Evolution.
awaits thee.
They can now
who
also
struck me down.
use wild shape to turn into monstrosities. Same rules apply.
Weapon attacks now score critical hits against you on an 18 through 20.
An
I think
impending
it's 17 to
misfortune beckons me. Triumph and time grow short. Though I falter, short rest is all I need.
Also,
Wilt thou give it me?
well, temporary boost to stats when you upon failing a save or something. Like the temporary boost to save they fail. The stat whose save they failed.
A plague on both your houses! A horse! My twitchdom for a horse!
Already!
Goose! Goose!
And the rest is silence.
The rest is silence.
I'm trying to think what my spider was.
Turn misery into powerful poetry. Enroll in the Bard College of Tragedy with Tal'Dorei campaign setting Reborn. Available now at Critical Role shops.
Monk. I think I had something left, but. Paladin. Ooh, this was a good one. Oath of the Heavens. Among spell list includes the stuff live. You could use my times without a. Are you actually going to show us? With basically without a spell slot. So flying bound, scary. Also has the ability to extend the reach of smites. Though if it's beyond if it's beyond the weapon's reach, it's only the smite damage. And it doubles the reach, but if it's beyond the normal weapon reach, it's okay. I'll tell you the rest later. I have to assume that this is over. So there's no new things. So this is part 1. I thank you for joining for it. After a quick release.
We now go live to a
I've
special
seen all
address
these.
from the president.
Thank you for joining me. This is
Hey, dweebs! Now as your president, I've been kind of killing it lately.
I've seen this.
Global warming and
Thank you,
atomic wedgie. I balanced the budget by
the
selling my Paw collection.
this 3-year adventure has helped YouTuber.
From that
I wish
octopus.
the good fortune on the quest of life.
Done.